all the military age chaps joined the army. Had 3 battalions. Early in the piece, the young men applied to join the Air Force and went to Rhodesia and learnt to fly there. My brother was one of them, but he didn't pass the fitness test. The 3rd Battalion, they had a terrific record in the Solomons. They were 90% Fijian natives. And they did four landings in the Solomons. My brother was in that battalion, or one of my brothers. I joined the Fiji Naval Reserve, which was later the Royal Fiji Navy Reserve, RNR. We didn't have the training that they have here. When I came back to Australia after the war, I re-entered wanting to serve full time, but they were only taking 2-year recruits then. And we did our training at Flinders in the middle of winter. And it was an excellent training, but we didn't have that originally in Fiji in 1942. Well, mainly I became a signalman and served on small boats most of the time, stationed at a place called Momi, which was in the Western Fiji, was the main entrance into the big refuelling depot for the Americans. That was just near the Nandi airport. We were there 2 weeks at a time and a 24-hour break for fuel and fresh water. We had no fresh water to bathe in. There were 7 of us living on a 50-foot X, what do you call it? Glamour boat from New Zealand. Then later on, I was drafted to the Viti, which was the only big ship that we had. She was 1,050 ton. One old First World War 4-inch gun aft that blew all the doors off of it if they were shut when she was fired. Plenty of depth charges. 3 Oerlikons, 2 2-pounders, and 2 Bren guns. That's heavily armed she was. We used to do escort work up to the Solomons through Vanuatu, which was the New Hebrides in those days. And then when the Americans decided to go into the equator area up at Funafuti and Tarawa, we used to go up there. We used to do a lot of supply work as well. And we were in Tarawa 2 days after the landing was completed, which was a disaster. It's a hell of a mess. And I did 3 trips up there. The scran was horrible. The cooks were shockers. But aside from that, it was a good crew. It was a mixed crew. Being Royal Navy, we were allowed rum, but not on our ship, because we had native crew. The New Zealand sweepers all got their tot. On the Viti, our stable diet was rice, tin sausages and tin tomatoes. The food was varied. Sometimes it was good. It depended on the cooks. The original B-17s flew from Nandi to Guadalcanal to bomb. And another interesting part was coming back from Funafuti or Tarawa up in the Gilbert Hills. The old liberators were coming back, and there was some with big holes in the side of them, unbelievable. And they'd be flying back home to their bases. At Tarawa, we used to be bombed at night, but we were on the south side. We were away from Batio, the main island, and the moon was so bright you could read the paper on the quarterdeck. The Japs planes were coming over bombing. The main island, Batio, was only a mile and a quarter long and 3/4 of a mile wide. That's how small it was. And they lost all those men for nothing. They had the biggest fleet in the Pacific. They could have blown it away.